All right. So we're gonna go over today's price action for Tuesday, 23rd. All right. So keeping these in mind, right? Opening gap, or opening range gap, um, break, or range IO Fed entry, uh, type of OTE, and then a sweep entry. That's what we'll call it. Let's go ahead and remove our chart executions because this is on paper, so they don't matter. So I'm just gonna remove all these, get them out the way. But you get what I mean. Okay, so keeping those in mind, we're gonna go ahead and look at today, right? So the first thing is we have this opening gap from this candle to this candle. So let's draw our OTE from candle to candle. So here's our OTE range, right? So we drag that across, and this would be our OTE range. Okay, that's our first range we make. Let's go into replay mode actually. All right, so this is without knowing anything. I made this first range, right? And I had this pre-marked out for longs. Pre-marked out for longs. And there is my SL. All right, so pre-marked out for longs. So what I want to see is price not tap into this yet, but I wanted it to tap into this for longs, right? So thinking back on it, I should have took shorts into towards this gap, right? So now let's go ahead and mark out our opening fib. Boom, our opening fib. Or actually it might be better if we do it from this candle to that high. That might be better. Okay, let's go ahead and click play. 7:30. I see we have no movement 7:30 and no movement 7 o'clock, indicating that we right now are in a consolidation, right? Obviously you can see, but usually there's some type of movement, some type of manipulation, or some type of induced in of volatility at this time. So there wasn't. So what I did, I decided to wait. Here is an OTE range right here for longs. So I just kept this in mind. Oh, why isn't that straight? I just kept this in mind for longs. If we did take longs here, it would be something like that. But I don't think we ever did. Okay, we do get tapped. Let's see if we get full TP. And I believe we never do for this one. I think this one is a break-even trade. Yeah. So as you can see, based off 7 to 730, we got around 250 win. I don't think I took this trade, or I did, and I went break even probably. Yeah, so there's that. But we did sweep this high. This is in hindsight. I didn't take this, but I should have. I should have took shorts to our gap. We did sweep this high, and then we did sweep what is it? This low right here. Right? So this would be our next range. Actually, it would be, I believe it would be this. It would actually be a sweep of these highs. No, actually, this one isn't any sweep. Right. Looking back on it, it's just a range that was made. But let's continue to play this out. Alright. So the rest of Asia, we start dumping. And then we tap into our range gap that I'll show you in a second. But so yeah, here was the entry. I see it now. So we have this range that we make from this high of the wick to this low of this candle. And then here was our entry for shorts that you could have taken. 50 ticks for 200. Or if you're daring enough, we have a range over here that was made, and I believe I pre-marked this out, but basically this range that was made, where are we? So we have this opening gap with our OTE marked out already, but we also have a range here from this low to this high. So here's our OTE range that we could have aimed for. Right here. Because price wants to balance this range. Now, this is a 250. So usually I aim for 200. Let's see if this plays out. I believe this one does. Boom. Right. Now, we could have took longs from this, I believe. So here's our OCE range. And if we took a long here, right? 50 tick stop. Let's see if we get stopped out here. Now, mind you, this is at 130. So, like I said, previous videos, like every 30 minute, it tends to get somewhat volatile. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, and this would be for 200 points. And it looks like this one hits. Oh. Eventually it hits. Boom. There we go. So, there's our win. 2 wins from OTA range. Boom, boom. Literally ping-ponging. Now, like I said, this is perfect. We don't get stopped out. But the timing is 1:30. So just keep in mind, every 30 minutes, there is some type of market reaction where sometimes it'll reverse. If you don't see any signs of reversals, then it's going to continue. Right? But let's continue. I think we make new London highs right here. Yeah, a little higher. Right here. This is London highs. 28. Yeah, okay. So, now we have our new targets for New York. London highs. Boom. And Asia highs. Boom. Right next to each other. Whoops. Right? So, you could also took a short from here. From here. From this range, you could have took a short. Boom. Short. Bing. 50 points. And then this is obviously with the right narrative, right? You can't just blindly take these. And what's our target? Our OTE range. Boom. The range of imbalance from here. Our opening range imbalance, right? OTE. So that's what I'm going to aim for. If I was in this, right? Okay, let's play this out. Let's see what happens. Obviously, once we make these highs right under Asia, you should be like, okay, so that means we're gonna trade lower. Probably go back into this gap, and then New York will take out these. That's what I anticipate every time, right? I anticipate for New York to have some sort of reversal. So this would have already been 200 points already taken. Right. And boom. Okay. Let me pause. So there. That's our trade. Our next trade that you could have taken from levels. And this is the trade that I took. So off of this right here, as soon as it broke below London lows right here, I got into shorts. I put 3 minis here because I woke up at this time. Around this time I woke up, right? So I seen that it wanted to break London lows, and it was going for the gap. So what I did was I just put my stop above here, and I had my I think I was in around at this time. And I had 3 minis, and I was targeting my OTE 3 minis, and then I put four minis against it so I could have just 1 mini going up. But I knew this was gonna hit. So for this trade, I made 2K, and then I was in longs from there. From here, this wick, my stop loss, and I was in longs for until True Day open. Now, I did say in chat that you could aim for this right here, which would be 738, right? That's a good target because it's Asia highs, and we're anticipating a reversal to break those. So technically I should have got in and stayed in, but I got out at True Day open. Right. And let's play this out. Boom. Literally in one wick. Takes out both. Or one candle, not one wick. One candle. Takes out both. Which is crazy. But I knew it was going to happen. This is our New York reversal profile. So there you go. That's the next trade you could have taken. Now, you have this huge range that it made, right? This is induce volume. So you could take this range, right? or you could take this range before it's launched out and where it broke structure. So we have ranges here. And ranges here. Right, of imbalance, right? So we have this whole imbalance. So let's see what price does. Goes back into the imbalance, and you could have got in a buy right here if you wanted to. Right here at the middle of these imbalances with 50 ticks. And you could have rode again. This time you would be aiming for buy side. So you could aim for Asia again, or you could aim for buy side, which would be this one right here. I believe. Okay, yeah, I think that's the only one we could have aimed for. That I see 795. All right. Play this out. And eventually, you should smack it. If you didn't get in down here, the next area you could have gotten in for a small win would be this range that was made from here to here. You could have got in here for a small win. Targeting the same buy side right here. 170 points, but or ticks, I mean. But eventually it should smack it. There it is. And those are the trades you could have taken. Right? Good trades. Now, the only reason these work is because you have the right narrative. Those are the only reasons, right? The only reasons. Okay? Without narrative, without bias, you can't make a good trade. But yeah, I had a lot of break evens today because I didn't see how it bounced off this range. I didn't see this one. I got into longs off this OT range because I thought this was where we'll go up for a little bit. It didn't drop. I was trying to catch that, but nope, that didn't work. I should have got in at this wick for this high, but I got stopped out at break even right here, I believe. And then yeah, basically that's it. Just looking at all these OTE ranges pre-market, you could kind of tell where market wants to go, right? If market is going up, it's gonna bounce off our OTE range, most likely, and then go back down, go back to the imbalance, bounce off it. Okay, it respects these highs, so that means we'll take it later. So what's its next aim for this opening gap range? Boom, fills the opening gap to 3/4. So technically this is invalid now. And then it also consolidates here for a little bit, making it really not matter. So this gap is basically filled, but it taps our OTE range for longs. Taking out those, drops back for an imbalance of the range again. And it, boom, right? Now, looking back at this range, and you see how I made two different imbalance points and our OTE range of OTE, right? So say you would get into along here, you'll probably get stopped out, right? Now, that's because we're so volatile with this push. You want to find the mid range of where your OTE is, right? Because this right here, this fib is just to find the midpoint of just this range, right? Of the volatile move. Now, this is just to find the OTE range of where it swept the lows and the highs, right? With this candle right here. So technically this should be right here. And this one should be like this. There you go. There you go. So we have our mid-range of our OTE. You see how it consolidates in the mid-range? So that's our OTE spot. Now, this you could have got stopped out. And you should be fine with that, right? Because you're playing a system. You shouldn't be that you should be confident that you're going to win, but you should be also confident that if you lose, it's because your range was wrong or your entry was wrong. Because this is all systematic. These ranges that we're making, these fibs that we're making, right? This is all systematic. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now I want to go over very quickly. We have a new range that was made at these lows right here. And I believe. Okay, no, it doesn't. I was just trying to find out our levels from the point, but it doesn't look like anything's happening. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it. All I want to go over, but just look at if you can't find your bias, find imbalances in the market, or find session highs. Because most of the time, New York will take it out. If not, it'll continue. Right? Yesterday, New York did the same thing. Took it out. This one, New York continued. Right? But yeah. Just looking at imbalances of ranges helps me at least figure out where my bias is, because most people think that we're immediately gonna go take out buy side if we're gonna go up. I think of it as Asia, London sets up for buys, right? So they're gonna be bullish, or no, they're gonna be bearish. New York will be bullish, or the opposite. New York and oh no, not York. Asia and London will be bullish, and then New York will be bearish to take those out. Now that's in the reversal, New York reversal profile, right? There's 4 different profiles. I'll pull them up right now. Four different profiles. Right. So we have the continuation, consolidation, right? Reversal, or search and destroy. Now, if you keep these in mind, you can make crazy trades like I just showed you. to get rid of everything. Let's create a new one. Oh yeah, okay. So right here, New York reversal. Right here, New York reversal. Right. This one, New York continuation. You see how it takes out London lows and then sets up for New York to go higher. This one, consolidation, right? New York consolidation with a mixture of search and destroy. Right here, New York continuation sets up by breaking London highs again and then continuing downward, or it's a reversal. Actually, I think it's a mixture of both. Right here, consolidation. Right here, we have a reversal. Right here, we have a continuation. Right here, we have a consolidation. Eventually, New York does break both highs. This one, we have New York continuation. But down here, it's a consolidation, right? Just looking at those four profiles and somewhat applying them and looking at how market moves, it'll help you figure out what's going to happen, and it helps you figure out bias. So before any session starts, mark out your imbalance, right? We have this, or we have, get rid of that, I don't know why that's there. We have, so we have a whole box of imbalance, right? But to like narrow it down, you get our range imbalance, right? Our range imbalance, right? Boom. Taps it here. Range of imbalance. Same thing with market opening gaps. Right. Our range of imbalance. That market wants to draw to. Boom. Right. So you have two spots where market wants to draw to. And then as soon as it draws to both of them, you have your liquidity draws or your session high draws, right? Boom, boom. That's your next draws. Next would be buy side draws. So here's your next one. We go on the hour time frame. We can see it's better. Our next draw is up here, right? So just things to keep in mind to have your bias ready or biased in mind, right? Now, these are our huge ranges that market drew to, but you can always find ranges within market, right? We have this high to this low right here from this wick. Boom. We have our entry, right? I just took the range of this green candle wick. This green candle wick to the body close right down here. And then this would be our entry zone. Right here. Something like that, right? And you do this candle because it sweeps this low. But yeah, if it sweeps even lower, we could grab this one, and you could have your another entry spot here or up there. Doesn't matter because they both work, right? They both work. One's just like a few ticks above. But yeah, you want to find your correct ranges, which will help you figure out where market will go, and also your entry zones. Boom. Or your target zones. Boom. Right? 50 points, and you could enter right off that. But yeah, basically, that's it for this video. Pretty quick and simple, but hopefully you guys got it down. But yeah, I always aim for, like I say, I always aim for 200 ticks. During Asia and London. For New York, I aim for true day open or session highs or 200 ticks. Now it depends on how New York Open opens, right? Depends on that. It also depends on if we've already taken the session highs, right? It also depends on our draw. What is our draw? Like, we could have drew down lower, so we could have just aimed for 200 points instead. But yeah, that's today. This is a Tuesday market and how you could have traded it. But I believe I won't trade tomorrow. It might be small trades. I'll probably take one trade, Asia London ish, but we'll see. We'll see how bad volatility is or how good it is on Wednesday. But besides that, I believe next week it might be okay Monday, Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Take it slow. Whenever you're trading, take it slow. Risk management to the top, right? Lose 250, make 1,000, right? Counteract with bigger wins and smaller losses. That's how you make it in trading. I know I'm saying this, but I haven't gotten a payout yet, but I will. I will get it soon. I'm at 10K and some change, I think. Believe I'm at 900. 10K 900. So, and that's in 3 days. So I need, what is it? 5 more days. 2 more winning days, at least. And I need above 14K because I made 4K yesterday and I made 2K 900 today. But yeah, so I'll probably just aim for smaller wins, either 250 to 1,000 tomorrow. Nothing major, but risking less. So yeah, see you guys next trading day, and we'll see if I post a video on it.